Gabon's Minister of Agriculture is working towards enhancing positive impacts within the agricultural sector with the aim of targeting public and private parties interested in the lessons learned from the development of the agro-industry in Southeast Asia. For more on this, we are joined by Ambono Janurianto, President at Barclayland Development. Thanks very much for your time, sir. Let's just look perhaps at some of the lessons that places like Gabon can learn from Indonesia, particularly around palm oil production, which we know is produced on a large scale in the eastern part of the world.
Yes, I think Indonesia and yes, I can hear you. I'm sorry about that. I think Gabon can be a major player of palm oil here for the West African state. As you know that the West African states are importing around about 3.5 million tons of oil from all over the world. So having quite an ample arable land, they should be able to do something to suffice the domestic demands.
In your view, what can African governments do to ensure that they are able to create the right environment for people, be it companies or individuals wishing to get into this into the industry?
No, I think there should be a strong strategic intent and master plan as well as a policy from the government if they really would like to go into palm oil. Remember, the entry to palm oil is basically you have to have a vast land, and land is very much being controlled by the government. On top of that, infrastructures to support the business should also be there. And without the role of the government, I don't think that the business in palm oil will be able to be beneficial for the economic of the country.
Yeah, but land is a touchy issue, of course, across Africa because of the colonial problems that we had to deal with since those countries attained independence. Do governments need to do some kind of redistribution here, or is it a question of the government owning the land and then getting the people that they want to come in and do the farming?
Yes, that is a major. There should be a major breakthrough in the education. Okay, and the most important thing is you have to have like I mentioned earlier, you have to have a master plan on the usage of land. The whole of the equator, along the equator of the African countries, you have 79 million hectares of arable land. These are quite big for a plantation business. And the education to the people, especially smallholders, is very important because palm oil is not an annual crop, it's a tree crop. The waiting game until its first harvest is around about 3 years. So this is a challenge for everybody, especially including the government, obviously, to be able to educate the people.
And I suppose there's a role for you and other foreign investors as well in playing a crucial part in one, educating people, and also secondly, of course, providing technical support and much needed capital.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should not be alone. I mean, it should always be a three-party kind of a collaboration. The smallholders, the outgrowers, the private sectors, as well as the government. And with this, I think we should be able to do a lot of things. Yeah? As I mentioned to you, the first entry, of course, whether you have a clear and transparent law on the land and the usage of land, whether it's a lease or a freehold, that should be transparent first. Once we are able to get that, and then I think the rest should be following.